The NFL season is finally here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers face off against the San Francisco 49ers 1 p.m. Eastern Time this Sunday. And this is everything you need to know from inactives to actives, who's playing, who won't be playing, and just what to look out for this game on Sunday. So, the last update of the week comes on Friday and on September 8th for the injury report. So on Saturday and right before the game, some stuff could change on who's playing and who's not playing, but for the most part, this is what it looks like. For the Steelers side of the injury report, they list defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi limited with a foot injury, and he's looking like he's questionable for the game. It's not really known if he's going to play yet, so he might test out before the game, and he might play, he may not play. He's questionable right now. He was dealing with a foot injury last season, and a couple of years back, that's kind of been his thing with injuries, dealing with injuries, and specifically his foot injury. So let's see if he plays, let's see if he doesn't. If he doesn't, this is going to be a big missing piece to the Steelers' defensive line, especially against a team that really wants to run the ball in the San Francisco 49ers. If he does play, that's a great thing for the Steelers defense. The other person who's listed on the injury report for the Steelers is defensive tackle Cameron Heyward. And he was listed with a stomach injury. But just yesterday, he said that he's expected to play in the game. And as of right now, he has no game status, meaning that he's be playing and that flu or whatever stomach virus he was dealing with is over and he will be playing. So the only person that's listed on the injury report for the Steelers this week was Larry Ogunjobi, and he was limited all week with a foot injury. Moving on to the 49ers side of the injury report. They're the team that was dealing with a lot of injuries throughout the week, and a lot of people questionable or will be playing. Just to list who showed up on the Friday injury report for the 49ers, the last one of the week, John Feliciano is dealing with an illness, but he practiced in full. Offensive tackle Trent Williams, non-injury related, he practiced in full. Linebacker Oren Burks, knee, he practiced in full. Safety Tashawn Gibson, back, he practiced in full. Talono Hufunga, full. George Kittle, limited with a groin injury. Jordan Mason, foot injury, full. Ray McLeod, full with a wrist injury. Jake Moody, right quadricep, full. George Odom, shoulder full. Brock Purdy, right elbow, full practice. Tre'Davious Ward, heel limited. Nick Bosa, non-injury related, full. So the main people on this list that you see that actually have a destination for this game, a status going into Sunday, is George Kittle with a groin injury. He's questionable for the game. And cornerback Tre'Davious Ward dealing with a heel injury. He's also questionable. George Kittle, the one for his injury is more kind of warning and more maybe he won't play because he has been dealing with this injury for a while now. If you look back for weeks on weeks, he was on this injury report for a long time. He's been limited in practice for a while now. And if the 49ers want to be on the caution side of the things, he'll hold him out of the game because you don't want him dealing with this injury and it lingering. We all know groin injuries are hard to deal with and that they just linger on throughout the season. So if they want him to get rest and they want him to be 100% for a little bit later down in the season, they won't push him out there week 1. But they might play him as well because we've seen how that go with the Travis Kelce and the Chiefs. They lost to the Detroit Lions, and they probably hoped that Travis Kelce was able to play, and they would have played him because they would have a better chance of winning that game. So if George Kittle's on the field, the 49ers are going to have a better chance of winning the game. But if he's not on the field, then they're going to have a worse chance. So that's where the risk and reward type of option comes into play. And for Tre'Davious Ward, he's one of their best cornerbacks as well. I'm not sure about his injury, if he's going to play or not, but he's also questionable. Before the game, they're both going to test it out, and let's see if they actually do end up playing. So, another person on the injury report, there's 3 other people. They didn't have destinations for the game. They're full, they're playing, But looking at Ray McLeod, he's been dealing with this wrist injury and he actually broke it, I'm pretty sure. And this was just a fracture. But he's been out, and if you remember, he was on the Steelers last season. So this is going to be the first time the Steelers get to see him in a different uniform since he's last been on the team. And also Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy right elbow. He had surgery in the offseason, and let's see how he does in his first game back. Nick Bosa, he hasn't been practicing. If you remember, he just signed a contract this week, meaning that he just got back to practice and has not been practicing with the team. He's been with the team, I'm pretty sure, but he just has not been practicing. So this is going to be his first kind of game action since no practice. And the kicker, Jake Moody. He's the kicker on the team. He's dealing with a quadricep injury. And if you remember, both kickers were injured this month. And the big thing was, are the 49ers going to go into this game with no kicker? Well, he's full. Even though he was dealing with the injury, he's still full. Let's see how that deals with it during the game. But he will be playing. So that's kind of the injury report. Let me just move on to some game topics now. Going from the Steelers side of the ball, obviously, we want to see if Kenny Pickett, the Steelers offense, like I said, if they could continue the momentum from the preseason and all those touchdowns they put up, every drive they had playing together, they scored a touchdown this preseason. Can Matt Canada call better plays than last season? Let's hope so, because last season was really bad at play calling. And let's see if the offensive line, is the offense line going to be better in pass blocking and run blocking? The whole thing is the Steelers upgraded their offense line. People are getting better on the offense line. Now the run game is going to open up, the pass game is going to open up, and the Steelers offense line is redone, reworked, and is brand new, and the Steelers offense line is going to be great this year. That was the whole storyline of this offseason, that their offense line got way better. So let's see if they actually did get way better, or was that all talk? So the Steelers, the first thing they want to do, obviously they want to run the ball. They want to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and when they need to pass the ball, pass the ball. But they also have so many playmakers on the field that it's really hard not to pass the ball. They have George Pickens at wide receiver, Deontay Johnson, Kelvin Austin, Pat Freiermuth, Allen Robinson, all these guys, and I'm probably missing some, meaning that they have so many targets, it's going to be really hard not to pass the ball, even though Matt Canada's identity as an offense coordinator and the Steelers have been running the ball for years. So the Steelers run the ball, pass the ball, whatever they decide. Hopefully they could do it, no penalties, and they're able to get it done. Looking at the 49ers side of the ball, though, I just want to talk about it from a Steelers perspective. Looking at it from a Steelers perspective, they have Brock Purdy at quarterback. Last season, when they had him at quarterback, what do they want to do? Run the ball, screen plays, dump it off to the running back, dump it off to Christian McCaffrey, give the whole workload to Christian McCaffrey. So I expect Christian McCaffrey to be utilized to his fullest, meaning these dump offs and just running the ball in general. The running back should be used a lot because Brock Purdy, like I said, he's coming off that right elbow surgery, meaning that they probably don't want to rush him back into throwing the ball 40 plus times week one. He has not played in one game since his surgery, meaning that sometimes it gets more taken used to. Maybe he might still have some reflections back. He might have some trauma from it, meaning that he might be scared to throw it deep. That's what happened when Ben Roethlisberger came back. He kind of was the dunk and dip time of quarterback once he came back from elbow surgery. Matthew Stafford, he was dealing with the elbow injury last season. What did he want to do? He did not want to throw it deep either. So sometimes the first kind of couple games back, you don't want to throw it deep. You just want to take the dink and dunks and kind of throw it shortly and have the receivers, have the playmakers make the plays for you. So the Steelers, what is the Steelers defense like? What does Mike Tomlin like to do? They always like facing rookie quarterbacks or quarterbacks with less experience in the league because their defense is amazing. TJ Watt, Cameron Heyward, Alex Highsmith rushing the passer, and then in the backfield or the secondary, you have Macus Patrick, DeMonte KZ, Patrick Peterson, all playmakers. So the Steelers could read the quarterback. They have some really good people who could read the quarterback, get interceptions, but they also have an amazing defense line. So the Steelers always like facing unexperienced quarterbacks, and their record against them is really good under Mike Tomlin. And that's once again who they're facing in Brock Purdy and the 49ers. If George Kittle plays, like I said, the 49ers want to run the ball. They're going to have a better chance of running the ball because George Kittle is the best blocking tight end in the league. So, but the Steelers, they still have a good defensive line, and let's see what they can do this season. But just like the Steelers that want to run the ball, the 49ers also want to run the ball and then make the throws off of their run game. Kyle Shanahan, he's one of the best coaches in the league dealing with quarterbacks who have inexperience or just putting any quarterback out there, making them look good, except for Trey Lance. But the Steelers versus 49ers, this should be a good week 1 game. My prediction, I already gave my prediction yesterday, but I'll say the Steelers win this game. The 49ers were dealing with stuff this whole offseason, from Nick Bosa to George Kittle being injured, Brock Purdy elbow injury. So all these things that they're dealing with coming out of the NFC Championship game where they lost, I believe the Steelers will get the best of them week 1. And the Steelers win this game against the San Francisco 49ers Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This is my prediction, and this is my thoughts on what to look out for the game, and also the actives, inactives, and who's questionable for the game, and on the injury report. So if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well. If you like Steelers content, analysis, and reports, like the video, turn on post notifications down below for the channel as well, so you get notified whenever I post next year's video. Click that bell down below so you never miss out. And also, let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel about this game? Give me your score predictions, give me some predictions for this game as well, and your thoughts on the players that are playing and not playing, and the keys to the game that I listed. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.